No, I've been thugging for a long time. I don't know what to say. No, I've been bugging all along. No, I'm trying to get the flame. No, I've been feeling all along. Now you see it in my face. I pray they never kiss my dome. I kiss my criminal got a thing.
What up, mi gente? Coming to you from the Kiss My Grass podcast studios in lovely, sunny Mesquite, Texas. Your boy Jackpot here with my co-host,
Baby D, a.k.a. D-Lo, a.k.a. Daryl Shepard.
That's probably too many. We just need to tone that down just to one.
Yeah, I'm black.
Let's do Baby D. Yeah, that's true.
On, I'm not we got a lot of nicknames. Okay.
We're going to try to stay away from controversy.
No,
we're going to do that.
We welcome controversy.
To an extent. Right. Yeah, so welcome everybody. We're back here live with our fourth episode of the Kiss My Grass podcast. Thank you to all our loyal viewer and subscribers out there for you guys just honing in, chipping in, making us feel welcome, growing the space, growing the podcast. We're doing great big things for this year, 2024. Yes. And what we touched on initially was doing what, Baby D? Staying dedicated. Staying dedicated. And that's what we're doing. It's tough.
That's true. We did touch on that.
It is very tough.
We talked about a lot of things, but yeah, staying dedicated was one of the most important things that comes to my mind.
It is. It's not easy.
Stay the course, see it through. We started off slow. As you see, every week we're making upgrades to the studio.
Yeah. So you guys will notice something new this week. You'll see something
every week.
Coming up.
Every week. Our guests having improved. I think you'll see that today with today's guest that we have.
Oh yeah. We got something special for you guys.
Every week we have a better special guest.
Yeah, special guest every week coming at you. Yeah, that's true. So I think, again, we're just trying to do this stuff for you guys, and we're also running a business at the same time. So, yeah, things can get a little hectic, but we have been dedicated. We're trying to stay dedicated to the craft, to bring you guys the knowledge, the insight, the tips and tricks that you need to help you with your landscape and irrigation and all your sod needs for all the homeowners out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and touch on
our... we want at the end of the day is for you to have be able to say, Kiss my grass.
Kiss my grass, yeah. So what we want is for you to look at your neighbor, had the best yard out there, and when they come by and say, "Hey man, who did that? Kiss my grass."
Kiss my grass.
That's what I'm saying. That's where I got all my tips from.
Yeah. All right.
So then they're going to continue to help us grow the podcast that way too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's
the goal.
That's the way.
That's the mission.
Yes, sir. So let's go off on our landscape tip of the day. What's a good landscape tip of the day? Again, we talked about last week how it was rainy, gloomy. This week it's a little bit more sunny.
Okay.
We're starting to get to the better temperatures, but again, you got to be careful. We're still in the winter months. Is it time to transition over?
I would definitely say not.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think we're still kind of...
We're going to get a couple of more cold streaks, I would say middle to end of February, possibly beginning of March. So... Yeah. With that being in mind, what would you suggest?
Well, I mean, let's touch on the cold streaks. Is that kind of like your relationships right now? You kind of like a little bit of a cold streak? Or are they kind of warming up a little bit?
I thought you said we were staying away from controversy.
We're going to stay away from controversy. My bad. We're going to do that. Yeah, so, no, it is. It's still too cold. I agree with you. I think, we're getting into February now. So it's still probably a little too early, a little too soon. But there are certain things you could probably look at and do. One of those things is your irrigation system. I think personally it's still too early. The way the weather's been, a lot of rain, the temperatures are still very mild, very cold. So you definitely don't need to be running your system right now, if at all. But if you do, maybe just once a week and just kind of do a quick little glance, check it over, make sure your heads are spraying properly. You don't have any broken heads, that kind of thing.
We have a week of sunny weather. It gets up into the 70s, maybe tops out at 8. You're saying don't run the irrigation system.
I mean, a lot of it's, I think you can just gauge it looking at your yard. If it's very, very crisp, dry, you could run it for a little bit. Okay. But what we're trying to say is it doesn't take regular watering like you would in the later springtime, early summertime, that kind of thing. So,
all right.
Those are the kind of things you could be looking for.
Great feedback.
Yeah. Just look for those things. Transitions. It's still a little early. It's a good time to do if you did do a treatment of fertilizer in the fall, which would have been pre-emergent. Now's a good time to apply your post-emergent. And also, February ideally is the best time to trim your crepe myrtles. For all my crepe myrtle growers and enthusiasts and lovers out there, if you have crepe myrtles at your house, February is the ideal time to start trimming those down and getting that set up. And hopefully Joe know, will do his little magic, post a little something out there so you guys can see some of that. But yeah, February is the time for that. Also a good time to clean out the beds, do some mulching. So you're getting everything prepped for the spring, getting it ready, but not quite yet, guys. It's not quite yet to transition into full spring mode, but we're getting close. Got about 6 weeks maybe? What's Groundhog Day? Groundhog Day coming up?
Groundhog, that should be
February 2nd?
A couple days.
Is it February 2nd?
Yeah.
Do they still do that?
Yeah, they still do it.
Yeah. I don't even know, but what happened last year? Do you remember?
Well, I think the groundhog is on the endangered species list, so they might have to start using a gopher or a beaver.
Okay.
But yeah,
I've never seen
for
that,
now,
so.
the groundhog is hanging in there.
Yeah,
he will make one, maybe a couple more appearances before.
So I would say that's probably 100% true. So whatever the groundhog, what happens, follow that.
Okay.
If he says it's got 6 more weeks of winter, 99 times out of 99 times we got 6 more weeks of winter. Is that right?
That's fair enough.
Yeah,
I trust his judgment.
I do. He's been
pretty
too.
accurate.
He's been stuck in that hole all that time. He comes out all of a sudden. If he sees a shadow, we got what?
The cold weather.
Cold weather?
Yeah.
If he doesn't, does that mean we're good?
We're good.
You would think it's the opposite, right? You would think it'd be the opposite, but it's probably not.
Okay.
I mean, it is what it is. Who cares?
We're checking it out.
Yeah, we'll definitely get back to you guys.
Yeah,
we'll get back to you guys on that. Let's see. Moving on to our next topic, guys. What's going on in the world? Speaking of world, D, I mean, I know there's a lot going on right now. We got just all kinds of crazy madness. There's also some good things going on.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody brought up to me a good point. If you had to redo We Are the World song, who would you put in that today? Let's base it off of today's artist. You remember, like, the original Michael Jackson was the main guy, I believe.
Of course.
And we had
So
Willie Nelson,
a variety of R&B,
Madonna. You had everybody
rap,
back in the day.
country singers.
Eazy-E.
Eazy-E, yeah.
Eazy-E was in it. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that's just a variety of all kinds of things. So, let's just say, who would you do We Are the World remake with
I
right
think
now?
I'm starting with my favorite, one of my favorite singers, popular during this, Katy Perry.
Katy Perry? Oh, Katy Perry.
Start with Katy Perry.
Yeah, Katy Perry's good.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably have to throw Lady Gaga in there.
Lady Gaga,
Man, she's got a great voice.
Okay.
I think that would be great, having her in there.
Let's go with Morgan Wallen.
Oh, you
Yeah,
going
that's my boy.
country.
That's
You
my
going
boy.
country,
Yeah, going
okay.
country.
How about if we threw a little bit of, on the pop R&B, like popular guy, how about some Drake? Throw some Drake in there.
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, he's popular. He's popular with all the kids right now, so you'd have to have him in there.
And I think I'd like to hear a little bit of from 21 Savage on there.
Oh, some Future?
21.
21. That'd be good. Some
21.
DJ Khaled, maybe DJ Khaled.
I think that's
comes in the
enough
mix.
hip hop. We needed some more. Let's go with Shania Twain.
Oh, more on the countryside.
Countryside.
Shania Twain would be good. Who
There'll
else?
be another
could we
R&B
use?
act in there.
Let's do a little Beyonce. Again,
Beyonce.
staying with the popularity. I mean,
Okay.
what do they do? What is she doing? I mean, somebody don't get us in trouble out there now.
Can we throw in one old school?
Sure.
I love Madonna. Let's bring her back.
Oh, all right. So one other person that we bring
her
back
back.
that's still actually relevant in today would be
Relevant?
none other than your boy Lionel Richie. You got to bring him back. He was a mainstay in that at that time, and he would be a mainstay now too. So, and he's relevant. He's on that show now.
Perhaps he can bring his daughter along with him.
Oh yeah, he
We got a
could.
caller calling in.
Already, we're not to that. We're not to that part of the
We're not to that
segment yet.
segment.
But yeah,
Yeah.
let's see what they need.
Not
Yeah.
the next segment yet.
Yeah, not yet. So let's see what else. So that would be pretty good, right?
Yeah, that's a great start. We'd like for our viewers and listeners to chime in. Who would you add to that list?
Yeah, so leave us a comment, guys. Who else do you think would be a artist in today's music genre, if you will, that would be a good fit for the remake? So we're gonna try to do
World
this.
2024.
Yeah, Kiss My Grass podcast. We're gonna.
Who would you have in that group?
We're gonna try to do it.
Okay,
right? Let's do a
Yeah.
remake.
Hey, maybe we can film that here in the studio.
We should. I think going back to the last couple of episode subject. What about AI? AI and Michael Jackson. Put them in there.
Why not?
Why not? Let's do that.
Yeah,
So.
you have to.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So let's do that and get that thing rolling.
That's a must. MJ.
Yes, sir. So
greatest,
that's
the GOAT.
that's what we're gonna touch on. That's our what's going on in the world. We are the world. All right, so Daryl, let's go on to the next one. Our next topic for the day we're gonna touch on is our sports topic.
Okay, for a sports topic, I think I got a good one in mind for today, and which will be question for you. How do you feel about ageism in sports these days?
What does ageism mean?
Like people are saying LeBron James, he's pushing 40, he's washed up. Do you think age plays has a significant role? As in, or is it more of a mindset, or is it the body's reaches a certain limit where it can't perform?
Yeah,
how do you feel about that?
If you go back to our era of sports coming up, it would be very rare you would see a 40-year-old still playing.
Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So I beg to differ.
I mean, they were all 40.
Yes.
Oh, I don't
40 plus.
Were they really?
With lesser technologically advances in medication that we have today.
Okay. I don't remember Larry Bird playing until he was 40.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, screw me then.
Yeah. Will Chamberlain. So
I guess how I feel about it. I mean, it's okay. I think it's, as long as the guys can perform at a high level when they're still playing, which you bring up LeBron James.
Yes.
LeBron James seems to perform at a fairly high level still. Now, how much does he got left in the tank? Probably not much.
I tell you what. Ask that fool who he slapped the hell out of the other night.
I didn't see
if
that.
he got something left in the tank.
What happened?
I forget who he was, but he slapped the shit out of him.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not see that.
Ask that guy if he has enough left in the tank.
Well, I mean,
maybe he should go into boxing.
I think if you look at a lot of, and I hear this comment a lot on sports, it's a young man's game.
Yeah.
So, I think it's still mainly a young man's game. Most of sports, football, baseball.
Well, okay.
Basketball, boxing.
With that being said, Tom Brady still winning Super Bowls well into his 40s.
Yeah, but he's an anomaly. He is the GOAT. So you don't see very many people. I mean, it just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen very often.
You saying Aaron Rodgers?
Oh, no.
No way?
No way.
Pull it off?
No, I think he has definitely been able to prolong his career.
Okay.
So that a lot of the ageism, I guess if that's what you're referencing, I mean, yeah, he's definitely there. But I don't know. I guess I'm indifferent, I guess, if you will. I like seeing the old guys. I like seeing them do it. I like seeing the young guys do it, too.
Okay.
So I'm a little
just a little tidbit here. We the number one ping pong player in the world right now is Feng Jingdong.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Feng Jingdong.
How old is he?
49 years old.
49, wow.
Number one ranked ping pong player in the world.
Yeah.
Ping pong is a sport. Am I right or wrong?
I mean, yeah. You're right. Is that something you bet on?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Absolutely.
I bet
How you think I
do
knew his name?
That's right. That's where I figured it came from.
Feng Jingdong, I just gave you a plug, buddy. If you
out there,
if you're watching today,
give us a like, give us a subscribe on the podcast.
We'd love to have you as a special guest one week.
Absolutely. So now that we're getting the table is set for the big game, I guess we can't say Super Bowl because we don't have the rights to Super Bowl yet, but we'll say the big game.
Okay.
The big game's coming up. Who you got? It is the Kansas City Chiefs, and they're going up against the San Francisco 49ers. Who you got, D?
So Pat Mahomes was my fantasy quarterback.
Okay, this year? Putting up points like
but
crazy?
I hate the Chiefs.
Oh.
So go figure.
Really?
How do you pick your fantasy quarterback and you can't stand the team that he
That's
plays
true.
for?
I mean, because he's going to put up points.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the right move.
Fantasy football is over now.
Yeah.
So I still hate the Chiefs.
No, that's not
so
possible.
I'm definitely going with the 49ers.
Oh, no.
Niner gang.
No, sir.
Let's go, baby.
So, the Chiefs do have ties to the Dallas area. They were originally from Dallas. The owner, Lamar Hunt, was here in Dallas, and then they started the AFL. I bet you didn't know that.
I did.
Yeah, so they started the AFL. They were one of the original teams, and he once they merged with the NFL, we had the Dallas Cowboys already here in Dallas in the market, so they had to move the team. And where did they move to? Kansas City. Yeah, they became the Kansas City Chiefs. So they have local ties to Dallas. Patrick Mahomes, like you said, went to Texas Tech, Texas kid.
Yeah.
How could you root against that, man?
Well, first of all, his annoying wife.
She ain't playing in the game.
Taylor Swift was another annoyance.
Yeah.
But now she's kind of winning me over.
You didn't say that last week.
This whole AI
yeah. She won you over last week with AI.
She's winning me over slowly.
Yeah, man.
I did go out and buy a Swiftie jersey.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't go that far.
I have.
But I am, for sure, I'm going for the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are going to pull it off. I think this is Pat Mahomes' 4th Super Bowl in 5 years. Now talk about ageism. Dude, that's amazing.
4 and 5?
4 and 5. This is 4th Super Bowl in his first 5 years in the league. He's already going to 4 Super Bowls. Let me ask you this: how many Super Bowls has Dak Prescott been to? How many years been in the league?
Come on.
Again.
That's your boy, Dakota.
No, it ain't my boy. I told you, gave him one chance. The last chance.
How many times has he been to the playoffs, let alone the Super Bowl?
I mean, he didn't do it 4 times in his first 5 years.
No.
He did it his first year.
No. Well,
but, again.
I tell you what, they're calling for his head.
Yeah, they should.
Do you have any sympathy for him? You know,
I mean,
young
little,
kid, still
a little.
Not even.
I'm just tired, bro.
Maybe pushing 30. You know,
tired of it.
The type of scrutiny and
nope. Bring me somebody
criticism
else.
he's receiving.
Bring Tony Romo back.
You think that could be
yes.
Oh,
yes.
You think it's warranted?
To an extent, yeah, for sure. So, I mean, what's the definition of insanity?
Doing the same thing
over and over
again, expecting the same result.
Yep. And what happens?
You remain insane.
We're insane, yeah. So I mean, the Cowboys, they're insane, bro. They run it back every year, same people, same quarterback, and what happens? Same thing happens.
Well, we got rid of Zeke. He went up to New England and started off slow, but he ended the season with a bang.
They probably got rid of the wrong person, though.
So I think it's not where you're from; it's where you're at.
I'm just saying.
If he went to another team and excelled, would you cheer for him?
Who?
Or you just want him out of Dallas?
I just want to win. I want to win a Super Bowl.
Okay.
I want to be like the Chiefs, go to 4 Super Bowls in 5 years. That's what we deserve. Us as loyal Cowboys fans have been diehard since day one.
It's happened before.
It has. Why can't we do it again? Bring the glory days back.
Let's bring it back. Bring them back. Come on, Cowboys.
Bring it back. Wrap it up. Let's go. Let's run it back.
Jerry
not
don't
with
have,
Dak.
Jerry
Run
don't
it
have
back,
a lot of
but
time
not with
left.
Dak. How about that? That'll be our motto for this year. Run it back, but not with Dak.
We'll get those on the T-shirt press this weekend.
We can do that.
All right.
So, guys, that wraps up our sports topic of the day. And coming to you next, we have a huge special guest.
Definitely.
We have to go outside the building for this one, and this is our first one coming from outside the building.
Absolutely.
And, we got some hard-hitting, hard-nosed questions for our new guest. So stay tuned. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. Stay tuned.
All right, guys, we're all done out here at Tea Garden. This is a great job we completed with Sandoval Landscaping. They provided all the landscape, irrigation, and sod for this project. They did all the grading and site development that we needed after development was done and we came in. We appreciate all the customer service and the thorough walkthroughs that we do with Carlos and Jaime and Ozzy. The teamwork and collaboration from the guys in the field with us superintendents and just talking the jobs through and making sure every problem is addressed with every customer. We really appreciate the quality and the hard work these guys put in out here, weekends included. Even every deadline is met, every inspection is passed. Couldn't be more happy with the job they've completed out here.
I've been working with Sandoval for over 7 years now with Camden Homes. Sandoval has always been my favorite company since day one when I met Javier. Everything's gone good. What I love most about Sandoval is how they always bail me out of a situation, and we built all these houses in record time, and I couldn't have done it without Sandoval.
All right, guys, we're back and coming to you with a very, very special guest today. We're just going to get right into it. We're going to try to spend as much time as we can with our special guest today. We'd like to welcome, for the first time outside the building, we're bringing in Eric Garcia.
All right,
sir. Let's go. Round of applause for my boy E. Come on in. Show guys. Big fan. Yes, sir.
One of your early subscribers here.
Okay, that's great to hear, man. Great to hear.
Oh, yeah, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. So, yeah, Eric, welcome. Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to the podcast, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me on,
Yes, sir. So, like I always tell you guys, I get tons of people asking me to be on the podcast, and I just had to start digging outside the building a little bit, just to try to bring in new guests, make it fresh, make it something nice and neat. Give you guys a different perspective, if you will. So that's why we decided to bring Eric on. So
Glad to be here. Glad to be here today.
Awesome.
Let's see. I got some good topics for Eric today to go over.
You ready?
Let's do it.
Let's see. All right. So number one, let's start with, what can you tell me about that time in 7th grade when your brother got beat up.
Wow.
Your brother got jumped in middle school.
Right.
He got jumped in middle school.
He got jumped in middle school on the first day of school.
First day of school.
I don't know if he wants to be telling this story.
Yeah, I mean,
how many people are going to watch this podcast?
Probably about, we're in the thousands.
Yeah,
we're in the thousands.
Yeah, he won't mind.
Yeah. He'll be all right. So I remember Eric telling me the story about his brother, the first day of school. It was his first year at the new school?
Yes.
First year at the new school.
We 7th grade, and I'm still in 6th grade elementary school. I mean, John B. Hood Middle School was pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
Oh, John B. Hood.
Back in the 90s?
Back in the
Late 80s,
late
late
80s, early
80s.
90s, yeah.
Late 80s.
John B. I'm so hood.
Yeah.
John B. in the
First
hood.
day of school, I'm in 6th grade. I get a phone call, or the principal calls me and says, "Hey, your dad's calling." So I go to the principal's office, say, "What's going on, Dad?" He's telling me, "Hey, your brother got jumped today in school," and it was our first day of school. And he said, "Here's your brother. I'll let him tell you about it." And I was like, "What's up, Mario?" He's like, "Man, you won't
I see Mario, a little crap in Mario. Yeah, I remember.
hey, you won't believe this, but we got jumped." I was like, "How?" He's like, "Wow, we must have went in through the wrong side of the school, and we just got jumped." And I was like, "Were you by yourself?" And he was with another friend.
Wait. So the wrong side of the school. What
Like-
do they consider the wrong side of the school? Is it
Like
like
the
prison?
It looked like a prison.
Back in the
prison.
day,
Yeah,
It was like, it was hard.
Because
Yeah.
in prison, certain groups can't cross.
That's
other
what it
groups.
was. Same thing
Yeah.
over here, middle
Yeah.
school.
Middle school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
good,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah.
John B.
It's-
Hood.
my-
It's
Say
good.
John B. Hood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my first day of school, it was you can't have this haircut, you can't wear this shirt. I mean, it's pretty hard.
Really?
Yeah, games
Yeah,
were very
yeah,
prevalent back
yeah,
in the
back
day.
then, yeah.
I mean, just like the word Cali, and where you, Cali.
Well, that's the origin of. I didn't realize that reach had extended that far.
No, it was very, very prevalent here in
Wow.
Dallas.
Okay.
For sure in the late 80s. It was pretty rough.
Oh, this is late '80s. Okay.
Yeah.
Late
I
80s,
forgot,
yeah, like
guys, okay,
89,
late 80s.
88,
Gotcha,
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes.
But the Garcia brothers have always been known for having that stature, that size.
I know,
man.
but
Yeah.
6 foot plus. What were you in middle school? Were you
I was
at
under 6 foot. I was under 6
under
foot.
6
Yeah,
foot.
I had
okay.
a growth spurt like my freshman year. In high school.
Okay. So they were testing you.
Yeah,
You
but
didn't have that size on you.
not yet, not
Okay,
yet,
okay.
not yet.
Neither did Mario.
Neither did
was-
Mario.
Okay.
Neither did Mario. But
Really?
yeah, he was telling me about it, and I mean, he was pretty sad about it. I could hear it in his voice. But there was one thing that cheered him up.
The cherry on top. The
cherry
silver
on-
lining,
yes.
if you will.
I was like, "Well, what are you doing now?" He's like, "Well, I'm out of school, and guess what?" I was like, "What?" He goes, "Dad took us to the mall, and guess what?" I was like, "What?" He goes, "He got his ice cream."
Oh, goodness.
That's the silver
I
lining
thought
right
you were going
there.
to say he had
No, he got ice
stumped
cream.
4 or
he
5
got
of those guys out.
No.
But he got
the
ice
opposite.
cream.
Yeah,
Okay.
he got to have ice cream. He got the day off school, and he got to have some ice cream.
That's what's
Sir,
up.
yeah,
Okay.
that's good.
All right.
So-
a strange twist to the story.
Yeah, but there was a happy ending. There's a happy
Yeah,
ending.
there's a happy
Definitely
ending to
happy
that.
Shout out to my boy
Yeah.
Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got you,
Mario.
bro. You might be coming on or something.
Let us know
Yeah,
Mario. Let us know what your favorite ice cream is.
Or he can tell us what ice cream he had that day.
Yeah.
Leave it in the comment, Mario, down
Yeah.
below. Leave us
What
a comment,
ice cream
baby.
did he have that day?
Yes, sir. So
Okay.
let's see. E, I do see a couple of things here. For those of you guys that may or may not know Eric, he recently, as of maybe 3-4 years ago, got married.
Oh,
Bachelor,
congratulations.
yes,
Yeah,
sir.
thank you.
Living that bachelor life
Congratulations.
forever, man. And now he's tied down.
He's off the
married,
market,
off
ladies.
the market.
Yeah.
Off the market. Quit asking.
Yeah. So his oldest son, my boy Luca, I'm his actually godfather to Luca.
That's right.
And he's got another son named Benji. So what has that life been like, bro? I mean, after all those years of being single, just doing whatever you want, waking up whenever you want, basically just roaming the streets,
Yes.
now
Yeah.
it's different.
It is
right?
different. It's
Yeah.
different. I love it, but it's been amazing. It's definitely a change. I remember when Christina was pregnant with our first, it was like I would take naps during the day.
Ooh, yeah.
And I
miss
was like,
those.
I was like,
miss
and I think her point of view was like, yeah, go ahead and take the naps now because that's going to end eventually.
Oh, yeah.
So
For sure.
it definitely ended. So,
No more
yeah,
naps.
no more naps. But
I don't know
it's,
if you saw a previous episode, but I'm a huge fan.
Taking naps in the
taking naps.
bad weather.
Yeah, I'm a sleeper. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I could relate to not being able to take those naps
Oh, man.
when you're accustomed to them.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and so I would imagine with 2 youngsters, what are the ages?
3 and 1.
Oh wow, okay,
Yeah, they'll one's getting ready to be 2.
okay.
So yeah,
So it's around the clock. No,
it
it's
is.
not action.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
I
It's,
know 2 people that are siblings that they share the same age for just like a month or 2, but they share the same age. Like one just turned 40 maybe, and the other one's 40 now.
I know.
Is that pretty crazy?
A similar situation here within our company.
Yeah?
Two brothers that are pushing 50.
Oh, I don't know anybody putting 50 here other than yourself. But
You and I.
no, we're good ways away from that. But I'm saying, have you ever seen two siblings be the same age at the same time?
I thought you and Jaime were that.
No.
And you're not twins.
I'm a year and a half.
And you're
They're
not
not twins.
twins.
They're not twins.
Not
You're
twins.
the same age at the same time.
Same age at the same time. So, yeah.
I don't know.
Pops couldn't wait, huh?
Yeah, that's what I was told.
As soon as you heal up, we're right back at it.
That's what I was told.
No, that is rare.
Yeah,
that happens.
So that's one of those things we talked about in the last episode. It's an Easter egg. I'm putting that out there. So if you happen to watch the podcast, you know who you are. You told us a story at one point, and I'm bringing it out here.
Well, yourself and
Mario? No, it's not that.
Mario.
Yeah, we're a year and a half.
Oh, okay, year and
I
a
think
half.
mostly that's how it's typically that time frame. Like
Yeah.
1 and 3, 2 years somewhere. But it happens. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It could happen.
My dad and his brother, they're
Same age?
10 months apart.
Oh, that ain't pretty close on then. Dang.
Yeah.
I want to know more about that, though. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, how can you have a sibling? You're not twins.
That's what it is. It's
But
like
you're
they're like basically 10 months apart. I mean, they're like so the one.
Okay, that makes sense.
The one turned 40, and the other one was already 40, but the other person will turn 41 in like a month.
Okay,
I
okay,
did
yeah.
Here's another scenario. Two twins born in different years. They're identical twins.
How's that even
One was born at 11:59 on December 31st.
Yeah.
And the other one was born at 12:05 January 1st, 2024.
So different years.
Different
different
years.
months.
Wow.
Different months.
So they don't have the same birthday.
They don't have the same
Dang,
birthday.
and they're twins.
And different years.
Do you have to have
Identical
two
twins.
different parties?
Oh yeah.
Or can you?
You got to.
Can you combine those into one?
I hate
Well,
it. I hated sharing parties with my brother, bro.
with
And
the
we're
way
2 years apart almost.
The price to
That
throw a
sucks.
party right now, I'm saying I'm combining them bad boys, but I mean,
Yeah. One of the things I could touch on real quick. Before Eric got married, we used to always do this guy trip to Vegas all the time, and it was just a one of those things that like a journey of life, if you will. Like it was just something that we continue to do. And I did once Eric got engaged. He's about to get married. I said, Eric, are you still gonna do the Vegas trip? The guys, because guys only. It's guys only Vegas trip, and it's epic, man. I mean, everybody looked forward to it. Just all the guys. I was, oh yeah, the Vegas trip, the Vegas trip. And I told him like, so is that still gonna continue after I'm married? After you get married? He's like, no doubt. I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
That ain't.
So how many has it been on since?
So he's been married 4 years since then.
4 years.
Yeah, 4 years since then. And how many Vegas trips have we gone on?
Ooh, the answer is 0.
Good. Goose egg.
Yeah.
0 for 4. Oh my
But
God.
it's not because
Shut
No,
it
it
down.
ain't. Yeah, it ain't never. Become that.
this is a conversation that I had with her before we got married. I was like, "Hey, are you going to be fine with me going to Vegas still once we're married?"
Right.
She said yes.
Yeah.
So
Oh, she was.
if I want to
That's
go to
what she
Vegas,
supposed to say.
if I want to go to Vegas this year, I could go.
All right, so look out, June.
We'll see.
June. Look out, June.
We'll
July.
see.
We might be in Vegas. We might bring back the guy.
But it's just been hard with the the babies
Yeah, of
and
course.
things like
Yeah,
that.
no.
So it's been.
It's been
So instead, we've gone to Choctaw, Windstar, but
Okay.
So the guy still continues.
Yeah.
It's just not
A
big.
little closer.
Yeah,
to home,
it's a
so
little closer.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more feasible now. I think with
Yeah.
the kids and all that.
Yeah.
The ball and chain, if you will. It's just,
You think Dallas is a good casino?
I was just thinking that
Okay.
if they open one here,
Yeah.
man,
You do it here,
yeah,
yeah.
we'll do it
Guys,
here.
yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
For sure. What about? Let's talk a little bit about your football career. So Eric played for Skyline High School, the alma mater.
Oh, wow.
Your boy.
Okay.
Yep.
He played there, and then you went on to play
Well, I went on to play junior college.
JUCO? Okay.
JUCO at Kilgore Junior College in East Texas.
East Texas. All right.
Played 2 seasons there, and then I went to play a Division II school. In
Division
Oklahoma.
II, okay.
East Central.
East Central
Okay.
Oklahoma.
East Central Oklahoma.
Mascots? Do you remember? Did they have mascots?
The Kilgore Rangers.
Oh, okay.
And then the East Central Tigers.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
All right.
ECU?
ECU.
Yeah.
ECU.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think some of our viewers will be familiar with ECU.
In Ada. It's in Ada, Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah. I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, you've bet on them a couple times, I'm sure.
I bet on Division II football too.
Yeah. But the,
Gambling degenerate.
And by the way, I'm 1 for 2 out of my picks of the week.
Yeah,
1 for 2
so far?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So that's
1 for
good.
2. I picked San Francisco and Baltimore. Baltimore let us down, but 50% is a pretty good run.
Yeah, you'll take that 9
Yeah, I
times out
think
of 10.
it's better than 0-2.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about your kids going into the sport? If you had to pick a sport for them to go into nowadays, knowing what your career in football, do you foresee them maybe following in your footsteps, doing football, or what would you? What way are you going to guide them and push them towards, if you can?
I'd probably, if they wanted to play football, I think that's every dad's dream. Is if your kid just comes to you and says, "Dad, I want to play football."
Oh, yeah.
We would let them play.
Yeah.
But maybe at an older age, maybe junior high.
Start them late.
Yeah, start them late. I wouldn't want them to play as a young kid. Other than that, maybe golf, baseball, everything else. Soccer.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I know it was true for a good while there. But Mesquite Pee Wee Football Association was a #1 football station in the country.
Yeah, we used to be.
So they had like the most participants, all that stuff. Yeah, used to be.
We used to be.
Well, that was before that #1, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's when we were #1. White Rock Rebels, guys.
White Rock
good old
Rebels.
days. Good old days.
That's a tongue twister. White Rock Rebels.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Good old Rebels.
Yeah,
man.
nice.
That was back in the day for sure. Good old days.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want the kids to play every sport.
Yeah.
You hear of these NFL athletes. Now these pro athletes, and it shows what sports they played.
Right.
Now, let me ask you.
They played
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They played
Toss a
everything.
curveball at you.
Yeah.
If your son went into cheerleading, how would you?
Nothing wrong with, somebody's got to lift the girls.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
To me, some of the guys that was on the cheer, those were the
dance.
biggest players in the
Yeah.
school. So it may sound funny,
What is that?
but
instead of football, you'd probably be like,
if they go into cheer,
There'd probably be
you support that decision
there'd probably be a
wholeheartedly?
conflict because they'd probably be playing.
You can't
another
be on
sport.
the field and hold a cheerleader.
Well, you
at
got
the
two
same
boys.
time.
One.
They'd have like a golf tournament that day. It just wouldn't work. It'd be like a conflict.
It's hard to be hiking the ball and then going over there and picking the cheer. You can't do both. Dude. You can't do both.
Especially if he enjoyed being the one who hiked the ball. Yeah, but
I played center myself. So yeah, I've heard them all. I've heard all the center jokes.
So you mentioned golf. We did have a challenge 2 years ago. It was the Bironga boys versus the Borracho boys, and Eric, out of nowhere, guys, like secret weapon. I had him in my back pocket.
I filled in. Somebody couldn't make it.
Somebody couldn't make it.
Did you make the winning shot that time?
He did.
I did.
I saw that footage, man.
Yeah.
So, a nice game.
Maybe my boy
Nice
Joe
game,
can put a little
buddy.
something in there. So the intro pick when I meant to that was that match.
Okay.
Yeah, we were doing that match.
Yeah.
And those guys been hounding us for a rematch, and we're gonna give it to them. We'll give
make
it
it
to them.
Bironga
boys versus the Borracho boys.
Nice.
And I'm 4 higher, so
Yeah, so he's kind of free agent. He's kind of
yeah. There you go, a free agent.
But man, that was amazing. And so
Money talks, huh?
yeah, that's right.
How do you feel about
Four
golf?
higher.
How do you feel about golf in general? Is it something you enjoy?
Man.
Like I know you mentioned maybe pushing your boys towards golf at some point too, just to kind of have a little bit of everything. What do you golf?
I love golf. I mean, I'm not a good golfer, but I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it. I mean, at this point, I'm trying to learn more about the technical side of golf.
Yeah.
So that when they get a little bit older, I can at least help them get started and not
grip,
exactly.
stance, those kind of things. Yeah, no, that's
things
important.
like that,
Yeah.
putting and stuff, and then just kind of let them, if they want to pursue that route, then they'll be
That's
prepared.
awesome. Yeah.
And we touched on this earlier. Agism. Do you think agism plays a role in golf?
No.
Okay.
That would
No,
be the least
Because
one.
how old was the Golden Tiger? Phil Mickelson or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Jack Nicklaus is whatever.
Jack Nicklaus, the Golden Bear.
There you go. There we go.
Times.
See,
Yeah.
I
Butchered that
golden
twice.
something.
Yeah.
He butchered that twice.
Okay.
Yeah. No, the Golden Bear, man, that guy.
He played till he was what, 70?
At least.
Okay.
That's the thing. They have the senior tour. So, once you're done in the regular tour, you can actually go to the senior tour. So, and it's competitive. I mean, those guys, I guarantee you, we could beat anybody on the senior tour right now.
We couldn't?
No, not at all. Not even close.
Right.
Those guys are good. Still good. Pushing 60, 70 years old. They're still good.
I want to beg to differ. I would
know
like
you
to give it a run.
Yeah, we might be able to
test that out.
I mean, I think in
Let's test
some
that out.
situations, the older guys in some of those sports are better
Oh, yeah.
than the younger guys.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, for sure.
It could, like, maybe a quarterback, a wide receiver, maybe.
Right.
Like who's retired?
Tony Romo.
Tony Romo. There
Tony
you
Romo
go.
throwing to Dez Bryant.
Eesh. I think if Tony Romo came in right now, we'd probably have 2 Super Bowls.
We've touched on it. I touched on it in the first episode.
Yeah, give him the defense that they have and the offense.
Yeah,
you know, man, he's
so, for sure. No doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind whatsoever. Yeah. So one of my most memorable moments of Eric when he was playing golf, we were the group behind him, and we were on the par 3. They're teeing off on the par 4, par 5, whatever. It's up on the hill. So, you know, we're all, and I'm about to go hit my shot. I think 2 guys got ahead of me, and I'm about to hit my shot, and I'm looking, and like, I just kind of just gauging it, teeing up. And right as I'm about to swing, I look, and then on top of the hill, I was just about tumbling over. And I looked when he finally got up. I was like, who was that? And it happened to be Eric. Oh, wow. Yeah. So I think on a drive, I don't know what happened. Maybe he might have slipped, but he fell down that hill, rolling down the hill all the way down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was.
Nobody got captured footage of that?
There may be footage of
it.
I'm going to have to blame that on, it was wet outside. And I had those cleats that are plastic at the bottom.
Yeah.
I fell down twice at that course.
It was
twice.
Yeah.
It's happened more than once.
There's a sign now that says slippery when wet. So y'all can thank me for that.
That'll help. That will definitely help.
Oh, wow.
One of the things that I've seen a lot lately on your social media posts is your love and enthusiasm for barbecue.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. So touch on that a little bit.
Well, I love barbecue. Texas barbecue.
Texas
barbecue. Yeah.
Closest
St. Louis or Memphis? Which one?
Oh, good question.
Closest competitor to Texas would be what? St. Louis, KC?
Yeah. Yep.
KC
so KC?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Before Memphis? Or?
I think some of that on that side of the U.S. is more like a sweet barbecue.
Yeah. Okay.
Texas is more like a salt pepper type deal.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
We recently got a offset smoker. So I was cooking on a Big Green Egg, but we got a big 94-gallon offset smoker from.
Have you measured it?
Nice.
Have I measured it?
Yeah, you put 94 gallons of milk in there, or how do you know it's
Actually, we have. Here. We've sealed it up and we've.
You always got to prove something. This guy.
I'm just saying. How do you know a 5-gallon hat's a 5-gallon hat?
You can guesstimate pretty
good.
You
put 5 gallons of water in there?
Yeah. Milk, the cooking tank is a 94-gallon.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So.
Okay. Nice.
What's your favorite meat to cook? Slow cook, I guess, because that's what you're doing, right? It's a slow cooker?
Low and slow.
Low and slow?
Yep, I'd say brisket.
Brisket?
Oh, yeah.
Now, have you ever thought about barbecuing competitively? I know that there's a lot of that going on.
Yeah, I'd like to try to get like in a small competition just to see how
you technically were in one a month ago.
I was.
Let us know a little bit about that. Who were you competing against and what happened? What's the outcome?
It was a Brisket King cook-off.
Okay.
Backyard deal.
It was. Now, do they? How do you qualify to be a judge in these?
Oh, everybody! If you were a guest, you were a judge.
Okay, so, when's the next one?
Sometime this year.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do it.
If I can get it.
Definitely.
Let's get the results first and the contestants.
Results?
Yeah. I mean, you got to know what happened. Like the one that just went down. He's trying to tell the story of what happened.
Okay. Yeah, no. But the judges, real quick, they judged on like appearance, taste. Is it moist?
Gotcha.
Like, does it have the wow factor?
So you had some criteria.
Yeah. Okay. So it was my brother and then another guy. So it was 3 of us. They competed, and at the end, I ended up getting the most points, and that was just all the judges, together.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I was also at the same time accused of cheating.
Oh.
Yeah.
How can you cheat him?
Let me guess.
They tried to take my trophy away. First of all, the third guy, before he started, he knocked over the trophy and it broke into 10 pieces.
Oh, he did it on purpose. That was intentional. That was intentional. I'm sure.
Yeah, but what was your question?
No, I'm saying Mario's the one that probably accused you of cheating.
Mario and everyone in the circle, yes.
Yeah, there's a little circle.
Because mine was a Wagyu brisket. A Texas Wagyu brisket.
Okay.
Better choice of meat. Better cut of meat.
Better cut of meat.
Okay,
His was a prime.
We don't have the most intellectual. I'm not disrespecting our audience, but sometimes we have to go into depth or give a little
so you have
backstory. Wagyu, what did you say? Wagyu?
So it's like, if we're talking about grade of meats, it's the bottom is select, and then you go choice, and then prime.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then like now they have Texas Wagyu, which Wagyu originated in Japan. So that's the best Wagyu.
I was gonna,
so
like Kobe.
Yeah,
okay.
something like that.
Gotcha.
So mine was a cut above prime, but I ended up winning. But everybody's like, well, it's because you had a better cut of meat.
Right. It is what it is.
Yeah, but there was.
What would you say is the government grade of meat? Because that's what Daryl's probably used to.
See. We take it there, and that's fine.
What's crazy about this competition is
they didn't have barbecue in the barrio, but
we did that. We did. But it's all good.
I was gonna say what's crazy about this one is the first, second, third was also like the grade of meat that everybody had. So third place had the worst cut of meat. And Mario had the second best. He came in second.
So like maybe on the next one we'll have, like spell out the rules a little bit better. Make sure everybody's getting the same cut. All that good stuff.
Exactly.
So. But still, I think like a lot of it's the cooking, right?
It is
how it's cooked.
of
course.
Yeah. If you cook it good, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Regardless of what flavor or what level it is.
Yeah,
it's great.
Mario was out playing golf, having fun, and then I think around midnight he started to trim his brisket. I had to trim it. I was like, guys, I can't play golf today. It's a Saturday.
Right.
I'm cooking a brisket.
See?
That's dedication.
Yeah,
dedication.
That's what we are. We're dedicated to this
Dedication.
podcast. You're dedicated to cooking.
That's
dedication.
right.
When it comes to barbecue, you got to have that, man.
Yeah.
Now, one quick question before Javi wraps
touch
up.
on one or two more things.
What's the weirdest thing that you've barbecued that actually came out? You're like, damn, I didn't think that would come out good, but it did.
Nothing.
Nothing.
It's all. It's just because I just kind of barbecue, the basics.
Yeah.
Ribs, things like that.
Pork chops?
I haven't barbecued pork chops.
Okay.
Maybe add that to the list.
Yes. I need to do some smoked pork chops.
Smoked pork chops.
All right, that's not a bad idea.
Have you guys over?
Get that in right. That'll work. That'll work.
Let's see. A couple other things to touch on here. Let's talk about your a little bit on your professional role, and for those of you guys that don't know, Eric's the proud owner of JRB Engineering.
Yes,
correct.
Yes.
So they are a materials
testing and geotechnical engineering.
There you go. Yep. So I guess what are some of the things that you see or that you use within your business? Because I actually kind of lean on Eric a lot on this in this aspect to help looking for help for sales and marketing. What are some of the things that you guys are doing there that are you kind of like paving the way, or you feel like maybe a little bit innovative, or it's helped you guys land contracts, stuff like that?
Yeah, we're focusing mostly on public sector work, so they always come out with requests for qualifications. It's not like a hard bid, like if you're landscaping, you just send in your bid and they say this is the lowest bid. We're going with these guys, like a contractor. Since engineering is a professional service. When those public agencies procure our services, they have to select based on qualifications.
Okay.
So
it's not always the lowest number. You got to look at some other
most
items
qualified.
Right. Yeah, you probably might.
Yes.
I would figure you looking at the number along with the qualification, right?
No.
It's
always just the qualification.
Oh, okay.
They pick, and then they say we picked JRB Engineering.
Yeah.
Now. And then Sandoval Landscaping was number whatever, the second, or we vice versa.
Okay.
And now
that's more like it.
Yeah. So we picked Sandoval Landscaping first. Now we'll negotiate price.
Okay.
With them.
And
if they can't negotiate a price with you, the number one ranked company, then they'll go down to number 2.
Okay.
And they'll keep going down until they
get the price they're looking for.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's good. Like that. So you guys typically get the numbers you're looking for.
Platforms?
We do. It's because it's public work, we do a lot of work for TxDOT, so you have to negotiate those rates.
Gotcha.
And they take a lot of things into consideration, like what are the actual salaries that the employees are making, things like that.
Okay.
It's technical.
Yes.
Yeah, very technical.
Very detailed.
Would you say it's the same thing do you guys go after private work as well, or y'all just stay in the public sector for the most part?
We just stay in the public sector.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. What I was going to tell you was with these RFQs, requests for qualifications that come out, we're actually using AI to help us.
Really?
Oh, okay.
AI.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Y'all put Taylor Swift on y'all's ad.
well,
that's been a huge topic.
Yeah,
in two of our
last 2 episodes
Yeah.
first touched
3 weeks,
on AI.
yeah.
AI.
No, it's been more of like doing research. You know, like
right.
what are the just asking it questions. You know, what are the typical problems that like a public agency would run into when dealing with someone like a material testing lab.
Okay.
And it'll give you 10 things. And when you get those 10 things, you can just kind of see these are the things I want to possibly address in my proposal.
Nice. That's very nice. So you guys use that a lot? You use that quite a bit?
We started using it.
Yeah?
We started using it quite
Okay.
a bit. Yeah.
It hasn't been advantageous. Daryl, that means like has it been like
Yeah.
hasn't been useful. I gotta break it down for my
There you
layman.
go. What was that again?
I gotta break it down for my layman.
I think it has been. I think it has
Yeah?
been. Yeah, I think it has
Okay.
been. Yeah.
So that's good, man.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I think
I
it's
think that's
made us more
something-
competitive. It's made us more competitive.
Yeah, that's something we're actually trying to get a little bit more into as well. The AI aspect of it and how it can help us here. We, like Daryl said, we have touched on it a couple of
Or like
episodes.
Javi calls it, Chat TGB.
Well, that's one of them. There's several out there now. That's just one of them. Yeah, so
That's
that's
one.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
that was
one.
one.
Yeah, but there's I mean there's certain things that it can't help you with. I
Right.
feel like if you're training your salespeople.
Right.
I was fortunate to be trained by someone in
A
sales.
mentor?
I had a mentor
Yeah.
for about a year and a half, and he would help me with things like if you're calling someone, don't ask them like, "Hey, how are you doing today?" or "Hey, do you have a minute to talk?"
The
You know, 'cause-
courting process.
Yeah, it's like they've already answered the
Yeah.
phone.
Right.
They have time to talk.
Yeah.
Get to
Get to the point. Like, don't waste their time.
Yeah.
Right.
Things like that.
Yeah.
So I'm very direct when I call someone. Like, hey, this is Eric. I'm with JRB. I wanted to talk to you about this project.
Gotcha.
Do you guys have, a testing lab selected? Things like that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice.
Any tips for us as far as landscaping sales, maybe? Or is that something we can get into at a later time? Maybe after the show.
Yeah,
Tips.
probably. I mean,
Okay.
there's tons of stuff out
Yeah.
there. Yeah, that could help. Yeah,
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay, good deal. It's good to know that. Good to know
Absolutely.
that. Yeah.
So we're gonna wrap it up today's episode, guys. Special shout out and a big thanks to our buddy Eric Garcia, JRB Engineering, in the house, in the
Yes.
building. We're going outside. We're bringing in different people. All the hundreds and thousands of you guys that have asked me about be patient. I'm coming at you.
It's coming.
It's coming. Just
Coming.
let me get through the list. I'm working on
The
it.
platform is growing.
It
right now,
is.
so,
It is. We're probably
we're trying to just take it all in and then see where the chips fall. But,
yeah. So
we're
just give us a
definitely
little
gonna
bit. We'll get there.
bring special guests every week.
Yeah, every week we have a new
Yeah.
special guest. Until we run out of special guests, it's probably going to be episode 10,000, somewhere around there. We'll see.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, sounds about right. But we do that every week, Eric. I don't know.
Dedication.
I mean, I know you're a loyal viewer of the podcast, so you know that we end the podcast with the joke of the day.
That's true.
Yes.
So today's joke of the day, guys. Why can't you hear a pterodactyl use the restroom? Because the P is silent. You get it? Well, Daryl,
I'm laughing, but I'll have to look that
Pterodactyl
joke up
spell.
afterwards.
I don't think
that
there's
was
a
like
P in
the-
it.
Yeah, just to,
I think you used the
just
wrong
to let you
dinosaur.
know, pterodactyl is spelled with a P. It's
No,
spelled
I
with
don't
a P.
think. I don't think.
Yeah, that's the one we got. So, and then my boy Daryl also came up with a joke.
Producers calling for another joke.
I mean, they can't all be gold. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true,
Some
that's
of them are
true,
good.
that's
Some of them
true.
are
I
good.
mean, I
Some
laugh because
Yeah.
it's a joke.
Yeah,
I'm,
little courtesy
I'm
now.
gonna have to look that up.
So y'all know who I get my jokes from. I mentioned in the last podcast. So
I
you
mean,
got any issues with
Suarez.
jokes? Like Jaime Suarez, leave us a comment. You know what I'm saying?
Let
always
me
leave
let
out
me
there.
end with a joke. 3 guys walk into a bar. No, I'm just kidding. That was a good joke. That was a good joke.
Yeah,
That's how
no, we're
most
good. That's
jokes
gonna
start.
do it. We're gonna wrap it up this week, guys. Tune in for next week's episode. I did mention in the last episode we got some special coming. We're gonna announce it next week. Something huge coming for all our viewers and subscribers and the new ones. We're trying to get new ones as well. Special shout out to my boy E and Daryl, my co-host,
All right.
on this episode of Kiss My Grass podcast. We'll see y'all next week. We out.
No, I've been thugging for a long time. I don't know what to say. No, I've been bugging all along. No, I'm trying to get the flame. No, I've been feeling all along. Now you see it in my face. I pray they never kiss my dome. Cause my criminal got a thing. I just